Now, let's talk about extrema of quadratic equations. For the sake of those who might be wondering what exactly that means, it means the maximum and the minimum values and points of quadratic equations. Now, to understand this properly, there are some basic things you need to know. And here it is. For any function f of x to be equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, that is a quadratic equation, whenever the coefficient of x squared, which is typically a, is negative, then you will be having a maximum value, and whenever it is positive, you will be having a minimum value. So what does that mean? It means when you're having an expression like, just an instance, 2x squared plus 3x plus 2 to be equals to 0, the fact that the coefficient of x squared here is 2 and 2 is a positive value, then after graphing this function, we are going to have a minimum value and the minimum point. So that's basically what it means. And if at all we are having minus 2x squared plus 3x minus 2, once the coefficient of x squared is negative value, then it means after graphing the solution of this problem, we are going to be having a maximum point. So that's the basic idea behind this. Now the question is, how do we want to know the maximum value and the maximum point? Likewise, the minimum as well. And here's what you need to know. There are tons of ways, concept to solve this out, but we are going to be using my own fonts, like the one I'm actually the one I love the most is the one I love the most, and that is by using a certain formula. So what exactly is the formula? Let me actually get rid of this. Okay, all right. To understand this properly, let's consider an example. Let's say we have x squared minus 12x plus 51 to be equals to 0. Now, judging with the statement I show you in the first place, the fact that the coefficient of x squared here is positive and typically it is 1, then we are going to be having a minimum value. Now the next thing is that, how do we want to know the minimum value and the minimum point? Like I said earlier, we would like to use what I love using most, and that is by using a certain formula. Once there's a formula to solve a certain problem, then life will be easy. So once you understand the formula, then you should have no issue. By the way, there are several ways. All right. This formula is minus b over 2a. So what does that mean? You already know what b is and a, that is the coefficient of x, that's b, then the coefficient of x squared is a. So typically for this problem, to get the maximum point, so keep in mind this will give you the maximum point or the minimum point, any of the extrema. Since we are having minimum, this will give us the minimum point. Okay. Now, what about the minimum value? What should that be? To get the minimum value, you just need to find f of minus b over 2a. So what this actually means, in essence, is that you are just going to figure out the function. Then instead of putting any other value, just put in the value of minus b over 2a that you got. All right, let's solve for minus b over 2a first, so as to provide a solution to this problem. Okay, so minus b, the fact that b is equals to minus 21 or minus 12 rather, and the value of a is equals to 1. So therefore, the minimum point will be minus, in the bracket of minus 12 and divided by 2 times 1. Okay, so this will be equals to 12 divided by 2. So 12 in 2 is actually 6. So therefore, graphing this function at point 6 on the x-axis, I'm going to have a minimum point. All right, what will have a corresponding minimum value? To get that, all I need to do is just to find f of 6. So let's do that. What should I be? I'm actually out of space, so I'm going to get rid of some stuffs. Hopefully you have it in that. All right. Hopefully you are following the steps. Okay, we would like to find f of 6. So what means that wherever we see x in the quadratic equation, we should replace it with 6. So therefore, we should have 6 squared minus 12 multiplied by 6 plus 51. Okay, so this will be equals to 6 squared is actually 36. Then minus 12 times 6, I think I will need my calculator at this point so that I can just provide something different. So that is actually 72, then plus 51. So let me add that up. Then minus 72 plus 51 plus 36. So that provide 15. Okay, that's pretty cool. So therefore, if I should put this in form of coordinates, then the maximum point and value is going to become 6, 15. That's perfect. All right, let's try to work out more examples. So try this one. X squared plus 4x and minus 5. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do that now. Now, the first question you would like to ask yourself is that what type of extrema are you having? Are you having minimum or maximum? Now, the answer to that has already been provided. The fact that the coefficient of x squared is positive, then you are having a minimum value or minimum point. Now, how can we provide the value at the points? Let's begin with the formula. We know that the minimum point, keep in mind, the formula works for any extrema. Okay, the minimum point is equals to minus b over 2a. All right, what exactly is my b? Likewise, my a. My b is the coefficient of x, and that is indeed equals to plus 4. My a is equals to 1, which is the coefficient of x squared, and the coefficient of x squared is 1. Therefore, minimum point will be equals to minus 4 divided by 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is indeed equals to 2. The final result will be minus 4 over 2. And minus 4 over 2 is indeed equals to minus 2. I haven't gotten that. How can we find the minimum value? To get a minimum value, I said it earlier that that's simply f of minus b over 2a. That is, whatever you got as minus b over 2a, just put it back in the expression or in the equation. Then you should have what you've made. So, what exactly is f of minus 2? So, f of minus 2 will become minus 2 squared. So, what I'm trying to do is that I'm just going to replace minus 2 with x wherever I see x in that highlighted equation. So, I'm going to have plus 4 multiplied by minus 2, then minus 5. Then simplifying further, minus 2 squared is indeed 4. Then positive 4 multiplied by negative 2 should result in negative 8, then minus 5. Negative 8 minus 5 becomes minus 13, plus 4 becomes minus 9. And I have my minimum value. So in form of coordinates, this will become minus 2, minus 9. So this is the point of my extrema. Let's try one more example to develop your ability in this problem, or typically in this topic. Okay, feel free to pause the video and check this question out. So 2 minus 2x minus x squared. Okay, you have some minutes to do that. Fine, let's move on. Now the first question is, what kind of extrema are we having? Are we having maximum or minimum? Now, it turns out that the coefficient of x squared here is negative, typically negative 1. And whenever the coefficient of x squared is negative, or whatever variable it is negative, then we are having a maximum point of value, which implies that once you graph the function, or once you graph the quadratic equation, there's going to be a parabola that will face down. Okay, let's begin. We know that the maximum point, okay, let's work with that, will be equals to minus b over 2a. Fine. So what exactly is b? Likewise, a. B in this case will turn out to be minus 2 as coefficient of x, and here we also turn out to be minus 1. So, okay, my bad. Here will also becomes minus 1 as the coefficient of x squared. So with that, it's easier for me to get the maximum point. So this will become minus multiplied by minus 2 over 2 times minus 1. Simplifying further, I will be left over with minus multiplied by, let me just squeeze it there. Okay, hopefully you will understand what I'm writing. So minus 2 divided by 2 Okay, so I close that. So it should be minus 2 divided by minus 2. You know, once you multiply 2 by minus 1, I should result in minus 2. So at the end, I should have minus multiplied by minus 2 divided by minus 2 should be 1. And then 1 multiplied by minus becomes minus 1. Hopefully that is correct. Fine. Now to get the maximum value, all I need to do is just to find f of negative 1. So what should I be? So just putting negative 1 as x wherever I see x in this expression. Alright, let's move on. So what should that become? So I'm going to have 2 minus 2 multiplied by minus 1. Perfect. And minus 1 all squared. Simplifying this further, what should be left over with 2 minus 2 multiplied by minus 1 should becomes plus 2. Then minus 1 squared is actually 1, and 1 multiplied by minus sign is a minus 1. And at the end, we have 3 to be our maximum value. And in form of coordinates, this will be minus 1, 3. And that is it for this video. This is the exercise I have for you. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. See you guys in the next video. So these are the exercise. Feel free to play around with them. And if you actually want me to review your solution, you can actually post it in the comment section below. And I'm going to reply to it as soon as possible. As soon as I see it, then I'm going to reply to it. Now, don't forget, in the beginning of this video, I said we have plenty ways. We have tons of ways, tons of concepts of solving or finding the extrema of a quadratic function or any other function. We can use graphical method. We can use derivative methods. We can use vertex method. We can use this formula method and so on. So it turns out that this is what I like most, and I believe you will find it interesting as well. Thanks for watching. Videos on all other methods will be posted soon. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.